Assalamualaikum, hello and hi. Today I would like to present my persuasive speech. So now, let's begin. It is tough to get the choice between football and basketball. If you enjoy sports and have played both of these games, you will just opt for one, and that also subjectively. Apart from being distinct in their organizations, principles and mechanics, they both are quite like around the world. But there are maybe some aspects that make football is better than basketball. So today, I would like to persuade you on why football is better than basketball. There are so many reasons that football is better than basketball. The first one is football is well known around the world. Next is football is an intense game. And the last one is football requires team play rather than individual performances. Many of you might disagree about this statement because you believe that basketball is as good as football. Now, let's have a look. The first reason, that is, football is well known around the world. Could we agree that football is one of the sports that people like to watch? If I ask people, majority would agree. The statistic has shown, according to the International Federation of Association Football, or what we call FIFA, there are 3.572 billion people who watch the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia. That is almost half of the population people around the world, which is 7.8 billion. Unlike basketball, the highest record people have watched is around 30.8 billion. That is a lot of differences. Next, football have their own competition in every 4 years. It is called World Cup. World Cup is the competition between football teams from several countries. Before they compete, they will have to qualify first if they want to play in the World Cup. The team that won the World Cup will be crowned as the best football team in the world. Lastly, most of the people around the world have their own football club of interest. If I were to ask my friend what their favorite football club is, most of them can answer. But if I ask about basketball team, only several of them could answer. The most famous football club in the world is Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, and many more. The reason they are famous is because they have won so many trophies and they have produced so many football legends. Do the first reason have convinced you? Otherwise, let's move on to the second reason, that is, football is an intense game. Football can be dramatic because of the fans. Football players can be affected if they were not focused because when they are in the stadium, the atmosphere is electrifying. For example, many opponents claim that they were afraid of Liverpool because of Anfield atmosphere. It is very loud and disturb their concentration to play. That's why the game become more exciting and intense. Not just only that, football fans can also convince their team to play well by cheering and give spirit for them to continue playing. The highest football attendance ever recorded is at 199,854 people. Next, football is being played for 19 minutes and they play at the big pitch. They would have to run around the pitch for nearly 94 to 95 minutes if the extra time was given. The game played in a high tempo where they must defend, attack, and score goals to win. Football have first and second half. The player was given 15 minutes to rest before continue playing in the second half. For basketball, they only play 48 minutes where they divide it into quarters. So basically, they play 4 quarters and each quarter they play is around 12 minutes. Basketball is less intense than football. Next, some of you might think that the two reasons is not enough to convince you on football is better than basketball. I will now state the last reason, that is football require team play rather than individual performances. Basketball requires more individual skills, even though it is a team game. Unlike football, it requires more team play because if you play alone, it would be difficult to get through 11 people in front of you. As I said, it's a team game. So, if one player makes a mistake, it will cost all the team. If they lose together. But if they win, they also win together. By playing together, football players can strengthen their chemistry with their teammates, and they would understand others' gameplay that suit the team. By that, they can win more games. Football also taught about unity and passion. If footballers play for their favorite club, they will play for their badges, and they won't disappoint the fans around the world. Football can be a beautiful game because often we see on the pitch the understanding between the player and their teammates were outrageous. Sometimes if footballers lost in big games, they would cry because they think a loss can disappoint the fans. But we enjoy it because we know every player in football gives everything for their badges. So that's why football is a very beautiful game. I hope I have convinced you to consider why football is better than basketball. Now, you can throw away your bad perspective about football and start accepting the fact that football is the best sport in the world. I am not saying that the other sports are not good, but this is according to the statistic proven around the world. So that's all now from me. Thank you. Bye bye.